We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the Stadium. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Report.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Lions will take over. Forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Purdy off the play fake. He's going to air one out. He's got it in. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. And you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
That was definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receiver took advantage.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense we're knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Milton Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Well, Gilligan on the punt here as he'll send this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
Well, for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And some space here. And they get him down about the 42 across the 40-yard line. They run with McCaffrey off the action. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a good run here as he'll run it all the way down to the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Report!
They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
Brings up fourth down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Purdy from the gun. And this one is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Purdy looking to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Purdy's throw taken in here by Chase. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That good for 22 and a first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Breda. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Purdy. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got it at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
set up to throw it here. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 16-yard touchdown as these guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll throw left side to start out. That's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, giving 14.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
13.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining at half the line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the gun, Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Deebo Samuel, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charlie?
Well, it's tempting to try to add to your lead, but a mistake there could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get out after the half.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. half action back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who was not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On first down, here's Breida. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Purdy. He's got it with the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL.
Touchdown! Chris Watkins from 6 yards away. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Cowboys 10.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread will become a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Play action. It's Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith there on the stop. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Jackson now. This is the tight end fan. And it's going to be another first down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're warmed up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Report! Hey, report!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They go play action with Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, middle. Hey.
Now Jackson. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
Exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. A run between the tackles with Breida. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's got this complete to Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people don't question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
61 yards on the ground for him so far. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four down.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. They were just hoping they'd run and pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down. It doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it. And as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll try and run it in, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their two-point lead. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead on the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On second down, a run with Breida. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Wow, so they had an incomplete pass. There they go out of bounds on the run. Virtually no time off the clock for the first 2 downs.
And there's no way that's part of what they practiced in OTAs, mini camp, preseason camp, all the way through the season. You go through these scenarios and you work on them, and you have periods in practice that you say, okay, this is what the scenario is, this is what we need to get done. You've got to take time off the clock. That's what you've practiced, that's what you've worked on. They didn't get it done.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Purdy. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go. Second down. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, Purdy. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
And the Lions first down.
Here we go. 60 boxes. 60 boxes. Hey.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Now Purdy. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardman to return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, are coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Hey, middle.
Jackson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Finn. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up is one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. 131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Blankenship's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. He's got a man complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
13. Hey, Ozzie, sit up. Barry. Hey, Ozzie, sit up.
One last shot for Jackson. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and so long.